Okay, so you're a dentist. You're a healthcare expert laser-focused on patient care. But you're also a business owner, which means, yep, you're also a marketer. You've probably poured money into a great website, maybe you're even on social media, but is your message actually consistent? Let's dig into why that one question can literally make or break your practice's growth.
So let's just start with this one simple question. Seriously, think about it for a second. Think about your website, your Facebook page, and then think about your physical office. Do they feel like they belong to the same practice? Because if there's a disconnect, you could be losing patients before they even get a chance to sit in your chair.
So here's what we're going to cover. First, we'll walk through a patient's confusing journey to see what goes wrong. Then, we'll talk about the powerful solution, consistency. From there, we'll get super practical with your visuals and your online voice, and then we'll wrap it all up with an action plan you can literally start today.
So, what actually happens when things aren't lined up? Let's put ourselves in the shoes of a potential new patient and see what this inconsistency really costs you.
Okay, picture this. A potential patient is looking for a new dentist. They find your website, and wow, they are impressed. The design is sleek, it's modern, it feels professional and trustworthy. You've totally got their attention. So far, so good, right?
But then, things start to get a little weird. They click over to your Facebook page, and it looks completely different. Different logo, different colors. A little seed of doubt starts to grow. Then they call to book an appointment, and the person on the phone sounds rushed, kind of impersonal. More doubt. By the time they actually walk into an office that feels dated and nothing like that amazing website, that initial trust, it's pretty much gone. 4 different touch points, 4 totally different experiences.
Okay, that confusing journey is a huge problem. But the solution is, believe it or not, surprisingly simple. It all boils down to one incredibly powerful idea: brand consistency. So what is brand consistency? Really, it's just making sure that every single touchpoint, your website, your social media, your office decor, even how your team answers the phone, feels like it's coming from the same professional, trustworthy place. Every single interaction should reinforce the very same clear message.
And why is this such a big deal? Well, for 3 huge reasons. First, it builds unshakable trust. Patients want reliability, and a consistent brand just screams professionalism. Second, it boosts brand recognition. When you look and feel the same everywhere, you become instantly recognizable. And third, it amplifies your marketing ROI. A clear, consistent brand makes every single dollar you spend on marketing work so much harder for you.
All right, so you're sold on this whole consistency thing. Awesome, but where on earth do you even start? Well, the easiest place to start, and where you'll get the biggest bang for your buck, is aligning your visual identity. And trust me, this is way more than just your logo. Let's start with the absolute basics. Your logo. Think of it as your signature. The rule here is simple. Use the correct high-resolution version everywhere. No stretching it, no changing the colors, and please no, using a blurry, pixelated version you downloaded from your website. Treat it with respect, because it really is the cornerstone of your visual brand. Next up, your color scheme. Colors are all about emotion. You need to pick a palette that reflects the feeling you want patients to have. Are you going for calm and serene with some nice blues and whites? Or maybe more modern and energetic with greens? Whatever you decide, use those exact same colors across your website, your social media, even the paint on your office walls.
And finally, let's talk about typography, or your fonts. I know, this might seem like a tiny little detail, but it makes a huge difference. Just pick 1 or 2 professional, easy-to-read fonts and use them for everything. From the text on your website to the patient forms they fill out in your waiting room, it just creates this seamless, professional vibe.
Okay, so we've got the look down pat, what people see. Now let's talk about your voice, what people hear and read. How you communicate is every bit as important as how you look.
So, take a second. What is your practice's personality? Are you super warm and friendly? Perfect for families with kids? Are you more sophisticated and high-tech, focusing on cosmetic dentistry? Or are you gentle and reassuring for those patients who might have a little anxiety? You've got to define this tone because it should guide every word you write.
And beyond just the tone, what are your key messages? What's the one thing you want patients to remember about you? Maybe it's that you specialize in painless procedures, or you have the latest state-of-the-art tech, or that you offer affordable payment plans. These core ideas need to be a constant thread running through everything you do.
And this is where it all comes together in your digital footprint. Your website is your digital front door. It has to set the standard. Your social media profiles, they need the same logo, the same bio, and every post has to reflect your tone. And your emails, even just appointment reminders, should use a consistent template with your brand colors. It's all about reinforcing your identity over and over again.
All right, theory is great. We've covered the what and the why. But now for the most important part, the how. Here is a simple, actionable plan you can start using right away to put all this into practice. Here it is, just 3 steps. First, create a simple brand style guide. I'm not talking about a 100-page book here. Just 1 or 2 pages with your logo rules, your color codes, your fonts. Simple. Second, do a quick brand audit every quarter. Just look at your website, social media, and Google profile to make sure it all still matches. And third, and this is crucial, train your team. They are the ones who bring your brand to life every single day.
But does this stuff really work in the real world? Absolutely. Let's look at what happened with Dr. Thompson's Family Dental Care. They had the exact problem we've been talking about. Their marketing was a total patchwork of different styles, and it was creating confusion and undermining trust.
So they decided to fix it. They rolled out a unified branding strategy across the board. And the result of all that effort? It was this number.
Yep, a 30% increase in appointment bookings just from their online channels. That's a direct line. Consistent branding led to real, measurable growth for their practice. Patients felt more confident, they trusted them more, and that's the power of getting this right.
So what's your next step? Look, this doesn't have to be some massive, overwhelming project. I just want you to take 15 minutes this week. That's it. Open up your website, your Facebook page, and maybe a recent patient email side by side. Ask yourself, do they look and feel like they came from the same practice? If not, just pick one small thing to fix this month.
So let's wrap this up with the main takeaway. Consistency isn't just about looking good. It's about building a rock-solid foundation of trust. It's what creates that seamless, professional experience that turns a curious website visitor into a loyal, long-term patient.
So I'll leave you with this final thought. Whether you're actively managing it or not, your brand is out there, constantly communicating something to potential patients. The only question left is it telling the right story? Is it telling the story of the high-quality, trustworthy care that you provide every single day?